Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm having a few technical difficulties today with any meetings, so I'm hoping that I can't seem to load the webinar. So I'm going to share my desktop right now, and hopefully you can then see this presentation. So I'm hoping that this is going to work, so fingers crossed. Just put it in the slide view. So I'm hoping that you can see this. So fingers crossed. If not, I can always send you the Plump Start video. Okay, so welcome. So without further ado, we're just going to launch right in. It's going to be a quick one today. Straight to the point. We're very excited about the launch of Plump Start that arrived in Australia about a week ago. I've been using it for a week and absolutely love the difference that I can feel on my skin in comfort, in plumpness, and definitely in hydration. For those of you who know me, I'm Harvey-Yin, and I have a combination oily skin and find that a lot of products leave my skin too nourished and therefore I get an oily burst, and I find this one very light textured and I feel really super hydrated and very, very comfortable without feeling any sort of residue on the skin. It's really terrific. I know you'll love it and your clients will too. So without further ado, let's go to reclaim our youth. So we know from this sign, you can see this is a blow up cross section of the skin, and the skin, as our skin ages, we get lots of things happen, as we know. One of the main things that happens is we get a depleted level of moisture retention in the dermis, which then causes a cascading effect with thinness of the skin, more lines, more wrinkles, a loss of elasticity and fullness. And as this continues to happen, we get a breakdown of the connective tissue and in the dermis, and as a result, the skin doesn't function at its optimum. The other thing that happens in the skin, in normal skin, we get free radical bombardment, shall we say, as a result, what a free radical is it's a highly excited, wanting to bond molecule that wants to bond with health, or ends up bonding with healthy cells and causing irregularities in the cell. So when we get an excess of pollution, stress, medication, impacted lifestyle factors, and lifestyle habits, we tend to get an increase in the free radicals, in the number of free radicals. So in this little picture, there's 5 of them. We might, we have loads and loads more than that. And as a result, if we don't supplement with antioxidants in our diet and topically on our skin to bind with those free radicals, we end up getting even more damage. Remember, the other thing that happens when we age is that we get the natural production of hyaluronic acid also reduces, and we know that hyaluronic acid, although it's found in just about every single cell of the body, it's in the highest concentration in the skin, and as we age, hyaluronic acid also depletes. So if you use my analogy of the collagen and elastin being the fruit and the hyaluronic acid being the jelly, we have a reduction in the amount of jelly, and so it also gives the ability for more free radical damage as well. One of the pointers I'd just like to point out, another thing that affects us as we age is lack of sleep. And this is really important because our skin, if we're not sleeping regularly, as we know, our body repairs our vital organs and our skin and our cells, and the damage of those cells at night when we're at rest, when it doesn't have to worry about things like movement and metabolizing food and all those kind of things that keep the body very busy. At night time, it can you know, it has an opportunity to repair. So just remember that, because later on we're going to talk about the benefits of wearing the product at night. Okay, so moving on. So introducing our beautiful Plump Start. For those of you who haven't seen it, isn't the packaging gorgeous? It's a very high-end looking product, and we have an exciting new exclusive to BioElements formula, which we are calling a liquid filler, and it's collagen 4 complex. So when you use this collagen 4 complex in this formula, it really surges deep into the layers. It improves the wrinkles and fine lines. It really soaks the skin and instantly improves the fullness, but not in that fake looking way. It's very natural and soft looking. It's great. The cool part about Plump Start is that it's for every skin type, whether it be sensitive, even acneic skin can use this. So it's pretty much for any client of any skin type who is concerned with lack of firmness, lines and wrinkles, losing the plumpness of the skin as we age, you know, the hollowing out, dull skin tone, and just sort of an, you know, aged, lifeless skin. So let's consider how this actually works. So you can see that, well, the one thing that Plump Start has is it's actually a concentrate. So it has very, very high levels of collagen 4 complex and vitamin C charged antioxidants, which seek and destroy the free radicals. And it really, remember, as we age, the ability to produce and retain moisture and because of the ability to produce hyaluronic acid, collagen 4 complex is a major find because it helps with natural chronological aging and really attacking and, dare I say, reversing the damage and replenishing the moisture that the skin is naturally losing as we age. Collagen 4 complex is made up of 3 Australian wild plums, which is kind of exciting, and a moisture marine bioactive, which helps to push into the skin, push into those outermost layers of the epidermis to support the skin's volume. Bit exciting, eh, ladies? Okay, so let's break down what collagen 4 complex actually is made up of. And you can see these gorgeous pictures here of the 3 Australian plums. It's really exciting that an American brand such as BioElements has embraced the awesomeness of our Australian fruit. So the first one is the Kakadu plum, and this has been known to have 100 times the vitamin concentration of an orange. Well, we know that Miss Barbara embraced the acerola cherry because it was 32 times more potent than Valencia oranges. Well, this one is 100 times the potency of oranges, so it's pretty amazing. It also includes antioxidants A and E and an ingredient that you may not be as familiar with called gallic acid. And gallic acid is a naturally found antioxidant. It's found in green and white tea, and it helps protect our cells against oxidative damage while also offering an anti-inflammatory property. So this is an extra perk in the formulation of Plump Start. So it's kind of nice. The next one is the Illawarra plum, and this one's high in flavonoids. And flavonoids work in cellular communication and by signaling to increase metabolism in the cellular renewal. So it also has antioxidant properties that is higher than most fruits and represents 7 times that of blueberries. So that's an interesting thing because we always think that blueberries are one of the highest in antioxidants. We're always encouraged to eat blueberries for their high antioxidant goodness. So the Illawarra plum, 7 times more than blueberries. And then finally we have the Burdekin plum, which is also flavonoid rich, very high in vitamin C as well, and it's naturally firming and rejuvenating in the skin. So there are 3 plums. And then we have our sustainable because it's derived from replenishable and 100% replenishable ocean plant, and it's a marine-derived humectant that is a stronger alternative to hyaluronic acid. So let's think about hyaluronic acid for a moment. Remember that hyaluronic acid is a powerful humectant that binds 1,000 times its own weight in water. So this pseudo-ultramanous exopolysaccharide, my goodness me, is even a stronger alternative to hyaluronic acid. So it's a very, very exciting exclusive ingredient to bioelements, so that has been clinically tested. So let's look at the clinical testing. So often we're asked about how bioelements go ahead and do their clinical testing, and you may remember with Lightplex, we did a clinical study on 100 women who were suffering from pigmentation. This particular study was done in vitro, which basically means in the lab, in a Petri dish and not on the skin. And it was performed by the manufacturer of the raw ingredient. And it was a clinical test over a 24-hour period to take a look at the how we could control free radical damage based on on external stresses. So you can see that after 30 minutes of putting this product onto this, putting this product or testing this product, the negative effects of the free radical damage was improved by 70%, and then after 24 hours it went up to 85%. That's pretty amazing. So think about the results over time on the skin, that you can only just imagine how good it will be over time. It's pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so how Plump Start works is that I'd love to be able to draw on this screen on it. Maybe you can see. So we apply it topically onto the skin, and that product is pushed into the skin. And now remember that we are applying topically to the epidermis, and even though the epidermis is only represents about 10% of the skin, because we're only touching the surface, we are indirectly affecting the other 90% because we have all of these amazing skin signalers and these plumping ingredients, which then sends a cascade effect and messages down to the skin cells in the dermis. And it's very exciting these days to really consider that the results we can get as a professional skincare therapist on the overall function and health of the skin. It's pretty exciting. So we really are supporting the epidermis to work in the best way it can. By supporting it, it encourages the whole entire skin to retain and regain its fullness. So this moisture magnet marine bioactive is the one that helps to sort of target the deeper layers of the epidermis and plump it. Pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so this is the sorts of things that you might say to a client if you were marketing or telling a client about how to recommend this to the client. So first of all, you don't need needles. So for anyone who's a little bit skeptical about Botox and fillers, it's a bit scary. So those people that don't like needles, with Plump Start, you can say no to needles. We are really, really helping the skin help itself, as Bioelements philosophy gives. We are offering high levels of antioxidants to scavenge the skin's free radicals. And you can actually, it's nice because it's actually kind of a plum color a light plum color, kind of pink. We're stimulating the skin's own moisture. We're helping the skin to help itself. We're giving the skin a continuous veil of hydration, which makes the skin feel comfortable and hydrated. And they're going to see short-term and long-term benefits by using this product. It's a liquid filler that's completely different from a standard hyaluronic acid formula, and clients are going to really see a benefit straight away. Okay, moving on. So how to use it and how to recommend it. We're going to recommend that clients can use it either in the morning on a clean, dry skin, followed with a moisturizer or their broad spectrum sunscreen, or both, depending on their moisture levels. You might find that with Plump Start, they only just need their sunscreen, but each to their own. Please notice that we need the skin to be dry. So if they're going to be using a toner or a tonic, that they should make sure that the skin's dry beforehand. And the reason for that is that we don't want to dilute the potency of the Plump Start concentrate. So remember that it's a highly concentrated formulation that we don't want to dilute with the toner. So you can recommend that your client even skips her toner if she likes, especially in the beginning when she wants to see the full benefits of Plump Start. But if not, make sure that it's on a dry skin. The only exception I would say is that if the client is temporarily sensitized for whatever reason, she could use Carmitude hydrating solution, but again, make sure she pats it dry before she uses it. Now at night, we're going to be giving the skin an intensive infusion, so almost an overnight skin soaking in the Plump Start. Remember how we were talking about before that we want to give the skin the best benefit when the skin's at rest. So you can apply it a little more thickly. You can use it on its own, or ideally use it under sleepwear. I've been using it under my oil control sleepwear, and I love, love, love it. I feel really hydrated in the morning, but not one bit oily. I completely adore it. I'm really loving it. Okay, so I've only been using it for I think it's about 10 days now, because it's only just arrived in the country, but so far I'm really loving the results. Okay, just a couple of little questions. Is a question here I have on problem solvers. So does the client need to use her problem solver, or she stop it, or so it just depends on why she's using her problem solver. So if she's using breakout control, I would to spot treat, I would use breakout control first, allow it to absorb and completely dry, then follow with Plump Start and then the moisturizer. If she's treating pigmentation, then I would again use your Lightplex first, let it absorb, and then follow with your Plump Start. If you're using Moisture times 10 or recovery serum for dehydration or lipid dryness, I would use Plump Start first, because remember it's a concentrate, we want to get it into the skin, and then I would use the Moisture times 10 or recovery serum afterwards, and then follow with your moisturizer if she so needs it, probably just sunscreen after that. Another great use is by using Plump Start followed by oxygenation. Remember that oxygenation will help to push the products underneath it into the skin, and also helps with really giving that skin a great boost when it's tired and dry. So I would recommend that as well. Okay, moving on. Hopefully that answers your questions. Okay, so you'll notice that I just wanted to draw your attention to the new packaging of Plump Start. For a start, it looks very, very high-end. It's lovely. It's like a metallic plastic. The plastic, well, the whole packaging, apart from the gloriousness of it, is designed to protect the product inside, and it is I want you to know that it is an anti-return air system pump, and this basically prevents any oxygen getting back into the formulation, which could then cause oxidation into the product. So the client is going to get a highly active, highly concentrated formula that, by the way, can be dispensed in any position, whether it's upside down, facing down, whichever way, to the very end. So the plastic has multiple layers of lining as well. So everything has been done possible to maximize the prevention of oxidation and vapor transmission, so that the client gets a fully active product the whole entire use of the product. It's very exciting. Okay, moving on. So let's talk about, someone asked me the difference between Plump Start and Moisture Times 10, and they are both obviously wonderful products that work in harmony, can work in harmony together. But Plump Start is an anti-aging formula. So it's for client, with our collagen 4 complex, it's for a loss of firmness, loss of volume in the skin, fine lines. It is a moisture magnet. It's got loads of vitamin C, as we've just talked about, but it's an anti-aging formula. Moisture Times 10 is a hydrating formula that is brilliant. It's a hyaluronic acid, basically serum, that's going to boost the level of hydration and make their daily moisturizer work better. So as I talked about before, you can use these together, but it just depends. So Plump Start pushes in and attracts moisture, and you would recommend it for clients that are concerned with anti-aging, whereas Moisture Times 10, recommended as you always have for environmental dehydration, incorrect product use, where the surface texture is a little bit sore and dehydrated, and they need a boost of hydration. So I hope that makes sense. I have had a question about using Quick Refiner. Obviously, Quick Refiner is your daily exfoliation treatment, which is also great for anti-aging. Works great with Plump Start. Use your Quick Refiner first, let it absorb, do its thing, and then apply Plump Start. If you're going to be doing that at night, which I generally recommend, use your Plump Start nice and thick, so you can use it as an infusion. I've talked about Plump Start with oxygenation, with Plump Start helping to help with penetration. I just wanted to also mention that Plump Start can be used for clients with acne, and obviously not teenage acne, but hormonal acne that's associated with menopause. They still have the signs of aging, but then a lot of the acne products aren't targeting that aging concerns as well. So it's nice to know that you can use Plump Start on that skin. I also have another question about using Plump Start with microdermabrasion. We like to recommend post micro. My favorite recommendation is recovery serum, but of course that's one of the more expensive products in the line. I also think it's one of the best products in the line. However, some people like to recommend Moisture Times 10 post microderm. You can absolutely use that. And in the treatment room, I would definitely continue to use Moisture Times 10 post microderm or recovery serum, or both post micro. But if you were to use Plump Start in the treatment room, it would bring up the cost per treatment quite substantially. So it's a great idea to recommend this as an at-home post micro treatment, and use your, depending on the client's budget, you can recommend any of the three for at home. Okay, so that hopefully answers your questions. Thank you for the questions. The other thing with Moisture Times 10 is you could use the Moisture Times 10 in the day and then use Plump Start infusion at night. So, I just wanted to, oh my gosh, goodness me. Okay, let's, technical. Let's pop back. Sorry about that, everyone. I just bumped my mouse. Okay, so, oh, this is a bit fuzzy because my screen's so massive. So most of you have already taken the Plump Start deal, but if you haven't, know that the deal includes 5 of the Plump Start with 12 of the Plump Start foils and a lovely Plump Start point of sale sign. So it's only $2.55 and it should retail you about $5.24.50. So that's kind of a nice return on investment. And just one last slide before we finish. I told you it was quick today. There's some things that I might like you might use to sell Plump Start. So based on your concerns you've shared about your loss of volume and fine lines, I professionally recommend you start using Plump Start today. After cleansing and toning your skin in the morning, apply a thin layer to your entire face once it's dry. I'd like you to add that. Remember, we don't want to dilute the beautiful concentration of Plump Start, and then follow with your favorite Bioelement sunscreen. At night, for an intensive overnight skin soak, apply a generous amount of Plump Start to your clean, dry skin before bed. You can optionally follow that with your favorite sleepwear product if you prefer, but it's not necessary. You'll notice an immediate difference on your skin with repeated use. The results will become more dramatic and used daily. So that is the end of our Plump Start presentation. I just have a couple more questions that have come in. One is it safe to use around the eye area, around the orbital bone? Look, this is not ophthalmology tested like a lot of our eye products in the Bioelements range have been ophthalmology tested. I do find that if I get a little close to my eye, and Jay has very sensitive eyes, I do find it does irritate slightly. So, and I'm very, very sensitive. So I would recommend to your clients not to use it around the eyes, and recommend them they use one of our better, we've got lots of solutions for plumping around the eyes anyway. The other question is, how would you use it with advanced vitamin or C complex? Remember that advanced vitamin or C complex is quite a light vitamin C lotion. So I would use the advanced vitamin first, let it absorb in, and then layer the infusion on the top. Maybe use advanced vitamin in the day and Plump Start at night. If you were going to choose between the two, I would probably use Plump Start for the clients that have I'll probably use Plump Start to start with. The advanced vitamin I would use for clients that were younger, that haven't got as much loss of volume, that have only fine lines and maybe kind of more dull complexion. And then I would use Plump Start for those that have definitely lost the volume. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that you enjoyed our little presentation. I can't believe that I finished within half an hour. I'm now going to jump out of this, and I hope to see you soon. I hope that worked, and I'm going to stop my screen sharing now, and I'm going to wish you all a lovely evening, and hope to see you soon. Take care.